Hey ladies. So the other day I was working on a workshop that I teach called What's Your Dream? And it's basically where I help people kind of unearth their dreams and their passions and then create a plan to actually chase down and pursue those dreams. And as I was working and preparing for that, I read this scripture that I've read many times, and it just triggered something in my heart that I wanted to share with you. It's Proverbs chapter 29 verse 18, and it says, "Where there is no revelation, the people cast off restraint." And that's the NIV version, but some versions say, "Where there is no vision, the people perish." Without vision, the people perish. Another version says, "Where there is no prophetic vision, the people cast off restraint." And I can relate to this scripture so much. For many, many years, I ran a Christian arts organization with dance and theater, music, visual arts, the whole deal. And it was all my passions in one. My love of the arts and of dance, particularly for me, because that's my background, and my love of young people and my desire to see them understand their worth and to see them really succeed and know who they are in God. And it was like a dream come true. I was living my dream. And in 2007, when the Lord asked me to walk away from that, it felt like my world kind of spiraled out of control, like I was just floundering. Part of that was an identity crisis, which I'll talk about in another video at some point. But the other part of that was this scripture, that I no longer had vision. I no longer could connect my passions and the things that I cared about with my purpose. And I feel like that is essential for us as human beings, that it's part of how God created us. That there are things that we love. Like for me, dance was never something that I did, it was part of who I am. And it's something that makes me come alive. And I know that even as I say that some of you can think of similar things that make you feel that way in your life. But there are also things that we're passionate about, maybe because they make us angry or we want to change them because it's some injustice in the world. I can remember being a little girl and being heartbroken over homeless people that I saw on the street, or the first time as an older young woman that I heard about human trafficking and the sex trade, and it just made me crazy inside. I knew that I needed to make a difference in that in some way. And I know that all of you have things like that cause you to respond in a passionate way. And I believe that God has given us those emotions for a reason, because we're not meant to be the walking dead. We're not meant to just survive. And maybe you can't have an outlet for those things that you do full time. Maybe that is not the plan for every person's life. But I do believe that each and every one of us need an outlet in some way to connect our heart with what we do in our life, whether it's with the things that we love or the things that we want to have an impact on, the things that we want to make a difference in. So I encourage you, find a way to fulfill your passions. Find a way to make a difference with the things that you care about. It's part of what it means to truly live this one life that God has given us to live. So find an outlet for your passions. It'll make all the difference in the world.